Breaking news: the Biafran Republic government in exile have activated the Biafran anti-aircraft missiles, waging war and ready to bring down every fly, of course, that flies across the Biafran state. They said that this is the latest move by the Biafran government to deter the Nigerian government and, of course, a hostile attack on Biafrans and the Biafran territory. That from this moment, it is over for the defense headquarters and the Nigerian government. The Woto promise is taking on unusual dimension. Do you? What is your take on this latest move by Simon Ekpa and his Biafran Defense Force?
Preparation of Biafra government in exile for declaration and defense of Biafra based, most of them were on anti-aircraft, because they have gone back to history and discovered that in the first war, Nigeria used war jets, alpha jets given by Egypt and the pilots from Egypt during the time of Colonel Abdul Nasser to destabilize the Biafrans. When Biafra regroup to capture, the areas will come and destabilize them. And the Biafra don't have any air defense than the one they manufacture locally by themselves. So they went and sit down, Biafra government in exile, sit down and discover all the lapses that made Biafra not to be able to stand in the first declaration. So they focus on those lapses to amend it. This is why Biafra government in exile, under the leadership of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, we are able to put anti-aircraft in the budget, which means in Biafran budget now, the Biafra government in exile in budget now are putting arms into their budget, are putting the welfare of the Biafra Defense Force into budget. This is why Simon Ekpa came and said Biafran anti-aircraft missile is capable now to bring anything flying in Biafran territory, unauthorized flying, whether it's fly or bird. If at all human being turn to have wing to fly, bring it down. The only thing Simon Ekpa did not give order to bring down is angels of God. If you are coming, don't bring them down. If you can see them with your physical eye, don't bring them down. They are coming for Biafra.
But the declaration has not been made. Is it not very fast for him to have launched and activated the anti-aircraft missile of the Biafran Defense Force?
And if you have launched it, it doesn't mean that you have bring it out. It doesn't mean so, or it may mean so. But what I understand is trying to tell the Biafran Defense Force to be alert, to get ready, put equipment in order in case if there's any eventuality, any alteration in Biafran airspace, any flyrarism in Biafran airspace without Biafran alteration, using Biafran airspace, get it down.
You think that can be enough to deter the Nigerian government, who have established air force and, of course, anti-aircraft as well? They have the resources to counter the position of Simon Ekpa.
Uh, Nigerian anti-aircraft also can operate in Nigerian territory if Biafran Air Force fly to their own territory. But Biafran Air Force or Biafran civilian plane have not fly into their own territory. If for their Biafran civilian plane are flying, they take permission, take their tower control. We are coming, we are landing. That they will know that they are coming. Now, their anti-aircraft, they cannot mount it in Biafra land. They only mount it in Nigerian territory. Now, Nigeria mount their own anti-aircraft in Biafran territory and waiting for any flyable thing that will come to terrorize the peace of Biafrans, then they will get it down. Do you understand how the difference is? Now, and because of what is happening, since Uzodinma forcefully want to create IDP camp in Imo State, you can see there's more tension. There's a serious tension in Biafra land. And moreover, like what happened in Okoma, Nigeria went with Air Force, land and the air. And if you watch in Biafra territory, the Biafra Defense Foot soldiers are well positioned. Then, if Nigerian army cannot counterize or push back Biafran Defense Force, they may use air raid to terrorize them. This is why he say, put everything in order. Be alert in case if they come through air, get them down. And if you get them through air 2 or 3 times, no Nigerian pilot will like to fly across that territory. It has become a death zone for Nigerian pilots.
But Simon Ekpa said he's not going to engage in conventional war. Now, activating that anti-aircraft missiles means he has taken over the entire Biafran space. As the chief of defense staff once admitted that Simon Ekpa has seized part of Nigerian uh, space. Now, could it be a total victory for the Biafrans if this missiles is being launched?
You see, it cannot be easy for you to be a fully nation without having all your territorial under your control. Air, land, and sea that is belong to Biafra have to be under Biafran control. This is what Ramon Ekpa is trying to establish.
Who is funding Simon Ekpa? Is it the usual contributions or launching that can afford such expensive armories, warheads?
You see, Simon Ekpa or Biafran government in exile. When we are talking Simon Ekpa, it seems that we are trying to personalize it as if it's Simon Ekpa personal business. It's not Simon Ekpa personal business. It's Biafran government in exile, headed by the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Until Nnamdi is out. You see, the sponsors of this current Biafra or Biafra government in exile are individuals, are the masses who feel that they need to leave Nigeria, who feel that they are not comfortable in Nigeria, who are not feel have already marginalized, have already become 28th class citizens of Nigeria, are thinking that this place we are not regarded. Let us go have our own country where we be regarded, where we can be able to operate according to our own constitution, our own culture, our own law. These are the people that are funding Biafra government in exile. And because Biafra government in exile are not corrupt governments, Simon Ekpa, the leader, is not a corrupt leader. Biafran cabinets are not corrupt cabinets. Biafran embassies, ambassadors are not corrupt. Biafran ministers, government in exile are not corrupt. This is why every fund given to them, they utilize it in a very good way. Even they wouldn't mind to put their own personal money into it to make sure what they promise Biafran they will do, by God's grace, they do it to Biafrans. This is why they are able to purchase all these things you are hearing to keep Biafra Defense Force moving. They are not corrupt. So every funding, any oppressed Biafra in Nigeria or abroad contributed, they use it well. This is why if you look at Simon Ekpa government in abroad, Biafra government in abroad, they are transparency. This is why Simon Ekpa always make public address to address the Biafrans who is using, let me say, their hard earning money, tax paying money, because it seems that all those contributions they are doing, they are paying tax to Biafran purse. So Simon Ekpa will come and told them how far the government of Biafra in exile have utilized their tax-paying money for the benefit of Biafrans, not for individual pockets.
No, don't you think that would be the breaking point for Simon Ekpa if on the 17th of this October, Nnamdi Kanu is being released by, of course, the appeal court?
Um, by if London Council is released by 17th November, it will be a very breaking news to the entire world. It will be a very breaking news and joy to the people of Biafra. It will be a breaking news and joy for Nnamdi Kanu himself to come out and see Biafra government in exile, to come and see the work Simon Ekpa have done on his behalf. And it will be very great joy to Simon Ekpa that most of the burden have now been released from him, because now Nnamdi Kanu will share part of it, Simon Ekpa will share part of it. Have you seen?